Oh, hello. Hey, hi. Welcome. This is gonna be a weird episode. Not a weird episode, I guess. Um, this is the state of some random. Looking forward to what we want to accomplish throughout 2020. The goals we want to put forth. And yeah, how the show's doing, how it's been received. And then doing an AMA. So anything that gets asked to me in the Twitch chat, because we're live at twitch.tv/SrirachaFlash. If you want to join us in the future, for those listening on iTunes, Spotify, etc., etc., yeah, this is how you reach us live. Twitch.tv/SrirachaFlash. But yeah, we'll do it AMA. If anything comes by, if anyone has any questions, I'll be sure to answer them. But if not, well, then you're just going to hear about what we're going to do for the show. Let's start it off. The show so far has been received really, really well, and I'm very, very grateful for everyone's time that they've given to review the show or give me feedback or like support us, retweet the links, share clips from the show, anything like that. I'm very, very thankful for all of that. We've got a small amount of reviews on iTunes, so if you're listening on iTunes in the future, please throw us a rating. 5 stars would be nice if you like the show. And just let us know. Let us know how it's going. I say us, but this is a fucking one-man crew. A one-man crew plus, yeah. Alright, so it's not iTunes, it's on Apple Podcasts. There we go. For those listening on Apple Podcasts in the future, not iTunes. Thanks for the correction, Newman. Yeah, it is a Sriracha show, Cross Moon. Welcome to it. Apple Music and Apple Podcasts. Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, the show's been received well, so thank you guys. Hopefully we can continue to do this, and do this well throughout the year. I lost my train of thought because Newman got me all fucked up. Yeah, now I'm all fucked up. Give me a second to get back on track. Words. Yeah, so anyone that's helped us out, supported us, it's greatly appreciated. Yeah, a review on Apple Music would be nice, or Apple Podcasts, wherever the fuck you find us. A share would be nice, whatever. If you have any questions for the show that you'd like me to answer with a guest in the future, hit me up. SrirachaFlash@gmail.com. SrirachaFlash@gmail.com. Send me any question, anything about fighting games, anything, and we'll try to tackle it with a guest in the future and give you an answer that you want to hear, maybe you don't want to hear, or just try to get anything that you want out there into the world. You can remain anonymous. You don't have to, you can be like, hey, don't read my fucking name on the show. So yeah. So there's that. Thank you guys for all the support, and the show's been doing well. Goals for 2020. For 2020, the goal is to do 2 episodes a week, 104 episodes by the end of the year. 104 episodes is the minimum that I want to hit for the end of the year, which I think is plausible and doable. We were doing 2 episodes a week there for at least a couple months. So if I can keep that hype train up within myself and keep myself motivated to do it, I think we can hit that goal pretty easily. 2 episodes a week isn't that hard. It's just finding guests that want to come on. So if you'd like to come on the show, hey, hit me up. If you want friends on the show, tell them to hit me up. We're going to try to get guests on as much as I can. But this is a community podcast for the most part. As much as I like to interject myself into everything, this is a community podcast. So the more that we can get the more that we can get people that want to be on the show, that want to interact with the show, the better. And the better we can serve the community. Spread the word, tell your friends. But yeah, so the goal for this year is 104 episodes. This I'm counting as one of them. It's still an episode, goddammit. It's not a numbered episode, but it's an episode. So to 103 more to go, no problem. We're actually going to get a head start on that because Ooh, Thoughts in Flight tweeted Tommy Two-Step. Listen, if Tommy wants to come on, I would be so excited. I would be so happy to have Tommy on. He's a sweet guy. And he's running the Emperor of Elements tournament on January 9th, which is 2 days before our All Abigail tournament, the Junkyard. So if you'd like to play in that, I'll put a link in the description below for the show, for the Abigail tournament. And if you want to hit up Tommy Two-Step, I believe his Twitter is at Tommy Two-Step, like the number 2-step, TX on Twitter. And he has all the details for the Emperor of Elements tournament, which is all Gil only tournament. So next week we're hopefully gonna have I'm talking with Skullman Scotty right now. Skullman Scotty, you would know from Beard Bros fame. He made a bunch of Mario Maker 2 levels that are ridiculously hard, but they're a lot of fun. They're well thought out levels. And he's notorious around the Beard Bros for driving Gerard insane with his crazy ass levels. And he's also a fighting game player. He's been maining Guile recently. Yeah, that is the stream. That is the guy that Gerard did the stream for today to raise money for his GoFundMe to remove the tumors in his feet. Which we'll probably end up doing the same thing. You know, we'll still put outreach out there for him to raise money because medical bills are expensive. And no matter how much money you raise, there's always hidden costs and shit that come behind it. So, yeah, we're going to be having him on next week sometime. We're trying to figure that one out. But, yeah, we're talking with him right now. And then the week after that, January 13th through the 18th. Or through the 17th, I think. Yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. Monday through Friday is Yase Week. Y-A-S-E Week. That will be one episode a day, every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So far, we're going to have Jarv on. Master Who on Friday. We're going to have the TOs for Michigan Masters. Jay and Mia. Mr. Usuck and the Icy Glacion. They will be on Tuesday. And we're filling out the final 2 spots right now. Hopefully we'll be able to get Morgan on. I would love to have her on. But we're going to fill out 2 more spots from the Yace crew. So that'll put us ahead. That'll put us at least right there. That'll put us at 7 episodes 2 weeks into January. So we're getting a nice good head start on it. But past that, I'm just going to be reaching out to everyone for the show. Does Mama Dow do podcasts? Yes and no. So, yes, she does. Newman will be on February 30th. Mama Dow does do podcasts. Unfortunately, with her being on, being a part of the official Capcom podcast, like the Capcom crew, now that she officially works as like essentially their PR and social media person, I think she's kind of a bit handcuffed as to how much she can say and be on and be associated with coming on the show. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't be able to say. And so maybe we can talk to her. I'd love to have Carolyn on. You know, maybe we can talk to her and like keep it a PG rated show, and I'll do my best not to cuss and say anything that'll be too inflammatory and get her in trouble with Capcom. But I would love to have her on. She's a sweetheart, and she's done a whole bunch for the community. She's very, very good. So yeah, no, if Mama Dow could be on in the future, I would absolutely reach out. I'll reach out anyway. Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? She'll be like, sorry, I can't. I'll be like, hey, no problem. I understand. When's Alex Fasciani going to be on the podcast? Whenever he decides to come on. I would love to have him. I would love to have Alex on to talk Samurai Showdown and like his growth in fighting games and shit like that, because he's played a lot of fighting games in the past. He's a big supporter of Samurai Showdown. And he's been playing those for years and years and years. So I would love to have him on because he does have a background in the FGC. I mean, not like super hard. He's not going to locals or events or anything like that, but he's been to Evo. Yeah, he's a fan of fighting games. So yeah, maybe one day we'll get Alex on. Who knows? I think I actually owe him a bird from Bird Camp. I have to, when I go back to Bird Camp, I have to, I think I owe him some birds, which I wasn't able to do this year. So maybe in the future. Newman's going to tweet him. All right. Our social media. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Our social media person, Newman, speaking of that, this is a one-man show, but it's not a one-man show because shout-outs to RF Hacker, who has done web development for the show. And so we have kind of a website, which is this right here in the chat. Which is like an interactive website. Again, it'll be in the links below for the show. But yeah, so that is something that is available that he does for us. Our web developer, RF Hacker, who's a super big sweetheart. Oh. Hey, thank you, Newman. Thank you. What a sweetheart. So yeah, trying to think. So yeah, the goal 104 episodes for the year. Regular episodes with guests come back next week, I believe. Yeah, because we're gonna have school. I didn't get rid of your command, did I? No, it's still got to be in there. You have to put in your real name, dickhead. Yeah, see? I got you. So, yeah. So, in the future, we're going to have recurring guests on. Thoughts in Flight will be joining us again in the future. Just from time to time as filler. You know, there's sometimes that there's shit that we want to talk about. And we might not be able to get a guest on. But Thoughts in Flight has wonderfully thrown his hat into the ring to step in for those episodes. So, I guarantee you, if you listen to our previous episode, which is about 4 or 5 episodes now at this point, he was on the most recent one that we did, which was like the Mishmash Holiday Hangover episode. He was very good for that one. But yeah, if you like hearing Thoughts in Flight in his wonderful buttery voice, he'll be on in the future, especially if they announce the Legend of Dragoon remake. Then, I'm thinking maybe the week that Resident Evil 3 remake releases, I'll probably have Tom on just to talk all kinds of nonsense. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. When RE3 comes out, we're definitely going to be doing one to talk about the game and for me to gush about how it's the greatest game of all time, second only to Legend of Dragoon. And then like Donkey Kong Country 3 is like up there. Yeah. So, I think like there's not a lot to this one, right? That's the only one that Thoughts in Flight demands to be on is the Resident Evil 3 episode. Yeah, so I think at this point that's pretty much it. I mean, that's our goals for the year. I would like to grow the show enough to where I can do a live event or a live show at an event, right? Like at an FGC event. I'd love to have a panel at an event in the future. Not a major or anything, you know, that shit costs a lot of money and a lot of time. But in the future, I would like to do, like, let's say, this is just an example because it's too soon to set it up for Michigan Masters. Or Michigan Masters coming up too soon to set it up. But let's say, like, at Michigan Masters, I'd love to have a panel to talk with people and, like, share their stories. And just do, like, just machine gun everything, like rapid fire questions, just like a bunch of guests, like, hey, how's it going? How'd you get introduced to the FGC? Who are you? What are your goals? Boom, next person. Who are you? How'd you get introduced to the FGC? What's your favorite thing about Michigan Masters? Boom, like on and on and on, right? And just like hit a bunch of people, and maybe just spread the word about the show. But you guys were joking about it the last time that we did like the Holiday Hangover episode about like signing me up for live events. And at first I was like, that's a funny joke. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more like I think that would be a great opportunity for the show and for me to get the word out there is to actually do that. To go to events, to do a live show somehow, set everything up. But I think that is a goal for the future. I'm not going to say it's a goal for 2020. You know, we're still growing the show. And money permitting on my end for me to actually get to these places and buy a booth and buy like panel space and shit like that. But maybe it's 2021. That'll be a goal for 2021 to say, hey, we're doing this live. We're doing an actual show. And I've also thought about just like pulling people out of crowds, like on like if there's like a stage panel, onto the stage panel and just being like, hey, how's it going? Blah 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 blah. Or doing like 10-minute video interviews where I'm just like, hey, how are you? Blah 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 blah. How do you feel about this, this, and this? Or not how do you feel, because that sucks, right? You don't want to be at an event and be like, how do you feel about this thing? And like, give an answer on the spot. Just like, hey, fucking, what games are coming out that you're excited about. Like, how have you done this weekend? How does coming to an event like this help you grow? Blah, 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 blah. Shit like that. And I think that's really going to be something that we're going to aim for 2021 going forward and growing the show and going out like that. Yeah, I think that's it. So this is, like I said in the beginning of the show and in the title, it's the AMA episode. So if you have anything that you want to ask me about the show, about myself, about anything, go right ahead. I'll open it up with an embarrassing story. When's the autobiography coming out? That's never going to happen. Because I don't know if there's a demand for that. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. Maybe if I actually accomplish something in the next 20 years. Maybe. Then we'll talk about an autobiography. But never say never. I'm never going to say never. I'll say maybe. Maybe. I'll self-publish one of these things. The chapter that I name after Newman would be the same chapter of the comic book that I made about you, which would be the Newman story, Still Choochin'. That would be the name of the chapter that has Newman in my life, Still Choochin'. I think that'd be the one. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, go right ahead. But I will start this AMA with an embarrassing story that I've been thinking about recently, and one that I just wanted to put out there because I don't get a chance to tell these weird stories all the time. So this is the me time. This is me time on some random. So long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I met this girl on the internet. And we were talking, blah, 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 blah. And at the time, I didn't have a car. And so meeting up was pretty hard. When she lives 2 hours away, and we couldn't really make it work. But we had been talking to each other for, at this point, I think a month, maybe 2 months. Just texting, at the time, using MSN Messenger to chat with each other, because fucking old school. I'm old. And shit like that, right? And so, never really got a chance to hang out, much, shit like that. Just, like I said, no car. Money was tight, and she was busy with, her job and shit like that, and her family stuff. So, we never got to hang out. And then, by happenstance, I was up visiting my parents in Houghton Lake. This is when I lived down in Ithaca, Elma area. An hour and a half away. So, by chance, I was in Houghton Lake. And I was visiting my parents. Shoot her a text. Hey, how's your weekend going? Blah, 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 blah. She responds. Oh, I'm visiting my grandparents in Houghton Lake. Have you ever heard of it? Now, this was fucking blew me away, right? Because I was like, what are the fucking odds that this girl I met on the internet, talking to, goes to this podunk town where my parents live, town of less than 10,000 people. The entire county is less than 15,000 people. I think Houghton Lake itself is 4,000 people. Maybe 5. So what are the fucking odds? So I was like, no way. I'm also up here seeing my parents and family. Which is a weird coincidence. And at that point, her mom who was up here with her and her sister was like, oh, this guy's a stalker. And I was like, no, this is honestly where I live, right? So we were like, well, shit, we're in the same town. We're in the same town, whatever, blah, 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 blah. No, she was from Jackson. She wasn't from Houghton Lake. She was from Jackson, Michigan. So, we're like, oh shit. Well, she was like, well, we're having a cookout over by Kowalski's or Kowalski's, whatever. Kowalski's? I can't remember the name of that fucking place. What's the name of that place where the cop ran into their fucking sign a couple years back, Newman? You remember? What's the name of that place? Over in Prudenville, right next to the next door food store. Kowalski's, yeah, that's what I thought. Korbinski's, that's what it is. Korbinski's. Okay, yeah. So, they're at this little resort by Korbinski's. They're like, oh, we're having a barbecue and swimming. This is the place that we're staying at, the resort that we're staying at while we're up here. It's not really a resort. It's a fucking little shitty motel that happens to be on the shore of the lake. which in this fucking town, they refer to it as a resort. Because that's all they have up here, which is shit. But yeah, so the resort, which is like a fucking 10 by 10 room with a bathroom on the fucking lake. So that's where they're staying. So I'm like, all right. So I go over there. I borrow my parents' car, drive over there. Now this is the very first time I'm seeing this girl in person. It's the very first time I'm meeting her family all at the same time, right? So this is like awkward time. So I strut out of the car, my normal Sriracha Flash way. You know, I'm a confident man. Not scared about that. So I get out, and I say hi. And at the time, I didn't own swim trunks. I just had gym shorts. So I have gym shorts and a cutoff on. So I say hi, shake hands, blah, 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 blah. As I'm getting out, shaking hands, introducing myself, she is down in the lake with her sister, like, swimming, right? So I have to introduce myself to her parents and grandparents by myself. No problem. I'm like, hey, blah, 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 blah. I'm Jose. Like, I'm the boyfriend, I guess, of your daughter, granddaughter. The first time we've all ever met, including her. So they're like, okay. And so I shake hands, blah, blah, blah. I wave to her. She waves back to me. And I take off. Yeah, exactly. I'm the one who's going to lay some pipe to your granddaughter. That's pretty much how I introduced myself. I was like 18 at the time, I think. So yeah, that's probably how I introduced myself. 18, 19. So I wave to her. I throw my shirt off. And I start hauling ass down the beach. I get to the edge of the water. And Houghton Lake's like kind of shallow. Like pretty shallow for like the first 50 feet until you get out. So I hit the water. And as I'm like hitting the water, I'm starting to lose speed because now you're running in water. So I dive forward. Like a perfect dive. Not like straight up and down dive, but like, you know, where you like skim across the top of the water. So, skim across the top of the water. And I can feel these gym shorts that aren't swimming trunks shoot down to my ankles. Just all the way down. Like, there was no traction whatsoever. Those fuckers, as soon as I hit the water and slid, right down to my ankles. And the water is like 2 feet deep. If that. So, shorts are at the ankles. I stand up, bare ass, like just naked as the day I was born in front of everyone. The cold hit me just right from the air. The cold lake water fucking hit me. I got goosebumps all over my body. I was not in good shape for this. Like, I was not looking good. And so I stand up, I reach down, grab the shorts, yank them back up. She falls over into the water, just like dead laughing. I look up, I can see from like 30 yards away, her mom's face, beet red, crying, laughing. Her grandpa's like falling off the bench. He's laughing so hard. The grandma, thank God, was inside. And that was, at the time, one of the more embarrassing things that's happened to me. And like, now that I think about it, it's not that embarrassing. It's just like a silly story. But like, I remember trying to play it off like, whoops, like I definitely should have tied those or something like that. But yeah, there I was, just like bare ass in front of everybody. And yeah, that was the very first time I ever met that girl, and we didn't date. Yeah, if only they knew me in my early 20s, would have been a much different story. But they met me like at a weird time, right? So yeah, that we didn't date much longer after that. We were together for like a couple months together. I started going down there more. Got a car, got rides, and shit like that. And yeah, fucking went down there. She came up here, and just didn't last. But that was the very first time that I ever met her. It was just bare ass on the beach, like an asshole. And that is how I think all relationships should start. So that's my story. That's my embarrassing story of that's like an early embarrassing story. And that's how you start off an AMA part of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, so whenever I talk about being an open book, when I talk about with people that come on, they're like, oh, I'll talk about anything. And I'm like, really? Because I'll talk about anything. I have no qualms about it. Yeah, my very first date with my now wife, I totaled her car by running into her. And that's about as much as I can say about that. But she was fine. She didn't get hurt. Just shook up a little bit, scared her. Yeah, we I tried to get over, didn't realize she was in my blind spot. Crunched the fucking quarter panel of her car. Bent the wheel in. It was a bad time. And then we went to a bonfire with some friends and hung out. And I went and took care of my business in the woods. Had to sneak away from everybody, do my business in the woods, come back, play that off. Yeah, I'm really good at the first impressions thing. I'm pretty fucking good at it. It's like Jose First Impressions, Sriracha Flash. That should have been the name of the show, is First Impressions. If I ever get sued by, you can't use some random anymore, First Impressions is, the next name of the show. Which I'm sure there's another podcast out there called First Impressions. But, whatever. Maybe we'll call it Fist Impressions. Because, it's a fighting game podcast. Who fucking knows? I don't even know why I do this show anymore. I know why I do it. Because I want to try to give the community as much as I can. But, goddamn, if that is just not me to a T, they say. Oh, shit. Oh, I do love doing this. Are you kidding me? It's me in the spotlight. It's me talking into a microphone and me talking. Of course I love this. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw them out. I'll be ready, willing, and waiting for anything that comes my way. Yeah, that's just about how it is. That's just about how it goes. I think that's how everyone's trying to live their life. After that, experience, it's bah, it happened. Nothing I can do about it now. Just own up to it and move on. I think that's, a really important thing in life, fighting games, everything. Just fuck, shit happens. Time to move forward. Can't change it now. Because Well, the funnest GTA game to play is none of them. I fucking hate Grand Theft Auto. Mostly because I just never played them. I never played them as a kid. I did, right? So, my friends played Vice City and, Grand Theft Auto 3 and shit like that. But they would, find cheat codes from, Game Winners or CheatWorld.com. Does anyone remember Cheat World? Just me? Game Winners? GameWinners.com? Just me? Okay. So, everyone will find their cheat codes and then, treat it like the sandbox game that it is, which is fine. But, for me at the time, I was well, there's no story to this because I never saw any story. I never owned any of the games. I never played any of the games. So, as much as I could see, the game was just, about causing mayhem and, being an asshole and, picking up hookers. So, I was just not a game for me. There's no story. It just seems like that's all you do. Not a big fucking deal. So, I just never played it. Because my shitty friends led me down the wrong path. And then, as I got older, I was just oh, there are an actual story. It wasn't until, 6 years ago that I found out there were actual fucking stories in those games. When GTA 5 launched, and I was working at GameStop, and that was 9 years ago now when I was working at GameStop. 9 years ago? 8 years ago? And when GTA 5 dropped, that's when I found out there were actual stories in those games, and I was oh man, that's cool. They finally added stories, and someone was oh, those have been in every game, which was fucking news to me. And I just haven't gone and picked it up because I don't know, it doesn't appeal to me, I guess. Maybe one day. But I enjoy Red Dead Redemption. I play the fuck out of that. That's fun. I enjoy that game. And I what's that other one? Just Cause. I like Just Cause. I play the fuck out of that. So maybe one day Grand Theft Auto. But for me, the most fun one to play is none of them. Absolutely none of them. You were a huge GameFAQs fan? Alright, so GameFAQs was one that, I always came across, but only when you were how do I beat this level? And then you would see somebody's Assy. Is that how you pronounce it? Assy? ASCII? their assy artwork at the top. They have like spent hours and hours and hours making, and then like the giant write up that would explain like everything in the game, and you would finally like think that you found where you were like in the game, like how to get past whatever part, right? But it turns out you were like 3 paragraphs ahead and spoiled shit for yourself. Just say it. Okay, so ASCII. Okay, gotcha. What up, Kaggy? Welcome to the Ask Me Anything episode of Some Random. Ask me anything, I'll answer it openly, honestly, and truthfully. Honestly, truthfully, same fucking thing. Yeah, ASCII. They'd have their ASCII artwork up there, which was like, I'll pull one up because like that shit was actual fucking artwork back in the day. For everyone watching, sorry, or for everyone not watching, you could be watching when I pull up wonderful shit like this. But yeah, I always would like find something and then just completely fuck myself by like, oh, I read ahead now and I'm completely screwed over because I already read the fucking thing. That noise is me screenshotting this and putting this shit up. Yes, Keggy, I am giving you that power to ask me literally anything and everything, and I will answer it. You already missed my embarrassing short story, so you have to go back and listen to that one. When I first found out GameFAQs was still on dial-up, I legit printed out like 40-plus page guides for games so I wouldn't lose them. Ooh, I did that with, what was the game? Armored Core Master of Arena. I say what's the game as if I didn't spend hours and hours and hours and hours listening to that, or playing that game. So yeah, you would get like ASCII artwork like this for Super Metroid. But yeah, I printed out literally every single part and configuration for Armored Core Master Arena, and I got a folder and a binder, and I would write down the parts next to each other, figure out the weights and everything like that, so when I couldn't play the game, I was building mechs in the game on paper, and then when I would go to the game, I would find the parts that I had written down, construct the mech, and then like find a color for it, and that was it. And then like that's how I would build it. And then I would like play with it in the arena mode or like in the mission mode. See how it was? Scrap it. And then fucking on to the next one. And like whenever I wasn't playing, I would seriously go to that booklet of or shit that I had in a folder, write down parts. I would use highlighter to like find like what went with what, like what was the weight distribution so like you wouldn't overweight yourself on certain things. I love that game. I love Armored Core. I hope they bring Armored Core back. I'd be so excited. Oh, I love Tips and Tricks magazine too. Tips and Tricks used to have an Armored Core section where you could send in a picture of your mech, all of the like stats and shit like that, the color and everything like that, and then they would run it. Like they would run it in the magazine. They had like 5 or 6 of them, and it was awesome. Kaggy87 asks, what are your views on Tekken 7 and do you plan on playing it ever? Yes. So, I played Tekken a lot as a kid. I played a lot of Tekken 2 and Tekken 3. I've told this story before, but when I was a kid, we had a PlayStation, and we didn't have a memory card, but we had Tekken 2. So me and my brothers would unlock every single character in Tekken 2 and then leave the PlayStation on because as soon as it turned off, all the characters were gone. But as luck would have it, you know, you could only do that for like a day before my mom would find the PlayStation and turn that fucker off and yell at us for leaving it on. So we unlocked every character in Tekken 2 dozens and dozens of times. Like, no joke, dozens and dozens of times unlocked every single character. And it got to the point where we would know what arcade modes to beat with what character to unlock certain characters, because that's the one that we wanted to play with, if we wanted to play versus mode. So I played a lot of Tekken 2 as a kid, played a lot of Tekken 3. When Tekken 3 came around, we finally got a memory card. And I got Tekken 3 for a birthday, I believe. Played a lot of Tekken 3. Like, a lot. Look, that's probably the fighting game I played the most besides Street Fighter Alpha 3 as a kid. And Marvel vs. Capcom and X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Like, those are the games that I played the most as fighting games as a kid. And so, yeah, like, I really enjoyed Tekken 2, Tekken 3. Tekken 4 and Tekken Tag Tournament came around, and I kind of lost interest in the series just because I was like, I can't keep up with it. But I still played, like, Tekken 5 and Tekken 6. Like, I played the arcade modes for the characters. And then Tekken 7 came out, and at the time, I wasn't really playing 3D fighting games. I played, like, Soul Calibur, but, like, well, not, like, Tekken. So I own Tekken 7. I main King. I love King. He's probably my favorite character in that game. King and Yoshimitsu, I think, are my favorite characters. I love Yoshimitsu, too. But I like playing King because I love command and grab characters. So, Tekken 7, I really, really like. I really enjoy it. Will I play it in the future? Yeah, because I play it now in my spare time. I don't take it as seriously as I take, like, Soul Calibur and Street Fighter 5. But I do enter tournaments for it. Like, at Michigan Masters, I entered last year for Tekken 7. I went 1 and 2 in that. Yeah, I think 1 and 2. Maybe 2 and 2. I can't remember. But, yeah, I'll always enter tournaments for Tekken 7. I have no expectations of making top 8 or anything like that, but I enjoy playing it. I really do. I like playing it a lot. I don't stream it because that game at a high level is very, very technical, and I'm not that good at it. So I'm not good enough to, like, Korean wave dash or anything like that, or, like, use proper movement and technique. But I feel like I can hold my own relatively well. So, but I wouldn't want to stream that and pretend like I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, if I stream anything, at least with Street Fighter 5 and, like, The Outer Worlds and Resident Evil 3 and shit like that, like, whatever I stream, at least I know what I'm doing, so I can look competent in it. But Tekken 7, like, I play well enough, but, like, to the point where if someone wandered into the stream and was like, you fucking suck, and this is why, I'd be like, yeah, I know, but, like, there's not much I can do. Yeah, I love Leroy, Thoughts in Flight. Picked up Tekken 7 to play Leroy because he's so fucking cool. Yeah, Leroy is one of the coolest designed characters in any fighting game ever. Especially in a game like Tekken 7 that uses, like, realistic models and shit like that, for the most part, besides, like, the monsters and robots. Leroy is one of the most badass characters to ever exist in a fighting game. He looks cool, he plays cool. Everyone hates him because he's top tier, but, like, there's no way they can announce a character like Leroy and then have him be bottom tier. There's no fucking way. There was so much hype for Leroy, like, when he, like, was first showed off and everything like that. Like, they couldn't release Leroy and have him be below mid tier. Like, he was gonna be top tier the entire time. Because the minute that he was not top tier, people would be like, cool character, waste of design. Right? Like, no one would play him. It would just be a fucking shit show. So, yeah, he came out. He's top tier as shit. And I hope he does well in the tournament. Like, I'm excited to see a bunch of Leroy all tournament season long. Like, it won't even be a complaint from me. One, because I don't play the game enough. Like, you know, obviously, like I said, I play enough to enter tournament and shit like that. But I never expect to go more than, like, 1 and 2 in tournament. So, like, yeah, if I turn on, like, a stream, like, if I turn on, like, Evo Weekend, and there are, like, 7 Leroys in top 8, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah. Like, what a cool-ass character. Kagi's playing Marduk in Tekken 7 and loves him. Yeah, Marduk's fucking dope as shit, too. I remember when they introduced Marduk in Tekken 4. There's Leroy. Big ol' shot of Leroy. There's Leroy. Yeah, I remember when they introduced Marduk, man. Marduk is super cool, too. I think he's a super solid fighter. I wish he was a little bit higher tier. But yeah, this is Leroy. Leroy from Tekken 7 is a fucking baller and a half. And, his whole, like, backstory and everything like that is, like, that he, like, left his hometown to go train in, Wing Chun, and, like, come back to, like, rid his hometown and shit like that. Like, it's awesome. The fact that T-Pain Was it T-Pain or Flo Rida? That was T-Pain. T-Pain did a fucking cosplay of Leroy. Is like, before he was even released, badass. Yeah, he whips them young. And he's got that dog. Like, he's got his dog, his pit bull Sugar. Let me see if I can find this. I just saved the fucking picture. No, it wasn't Flo Rida. It was T-Pain. T-Pain cosplayed as Leroy. And I lost it. Oh, shit. Oh, jeez. There we go. Yeah, T-Pain's cool as fuck. And T-Pain cosplayed this motherfucker before he was released. Yeah, just coolest, like, one of the coolest characters I think is that have been introduced in a fighting game in a long time. I want to find a good picture to show off on stream of Leroy and his dog. Hey, good enough. Yeah, there's Leroy and Sugar. What's up, Lemmy? Welcome to the Ask Me Anything, some random episode of the show. Yeah, there's Leroy Smith and his dog Sugar, who you can use in battle. Like, you can use Sugar in fights as an attack. Like, she'll come out and she'll fuck somebody up. But depending on how she's feeling, she might not, like, you can call her, and like Sugar just might not come out 'cause she ain't feeling too good that match. So like, she's just not gonna come attack. Yeah, I think Leroy Smith and Sugar are some of the coolest characters ever introduced in a fighting game. And that Tekken 7 has done it is just awesome. So shout outs to them for like that character creation, shit like that. The dog hits low. Oh, of course, look at her. Look at that low center of gravity. Of course she hits low. She gets, listen, it's the rule of football. Low man wins, alright? You gotta get lower than the dog. So if that dog comes low, you get lower. You take that dog out at its knees. You let the people know. I ain't fucking around. That dog wants to catch this work. That dog's going to catch this work. Can't be scared of it. Oh, so yeah. That's the show, I think. Marduk's an MMA fighter, not a dog trainer. Well, Michael Vick wasn't a dog trainer either, just an NFL player. Sorry, I made myself laugh. Michael Vick's a giant pain in the ass, and that dude should never be able to own a fucking dog again. He's a giant piece of shit. I don't like that dude. That dude can fuck off for eternity. What he did to those dogs and what he had people do to those dogs is a fucking travesty. But fuck that guy. But also, I'll make a joke. It's fine. I didn't hurt any dogs. I love my dogs. Thoughts and Flight, you can't unsub from me. I need you around. You're too good of a friend to unsub from the show. I like that when I'm just by myself and I say shit like that and I'm just laughing to myself. There's no, like, it's just quiet over here. It's just fucking quiet. And I gotta like look at the chat and see. I gotta see Thoughts in Flight be like, fuck you. Yes, Kaggy, you were gifted a sub. You were gifted a sub Monday. On Monday's stream. Which I think you were here for, and then like you dipped out, and as you dipped out, someone like gifted a sub to you. So yeah, if that's it, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'll leave it open for a little bit. But yeah, just like, once again, thank you for everyone for the support. If you want to be on the show, hit me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, any place you can find me. Sriracha Flash, hit me up. You can be on the show. If you have questions for the show, srirachaflash@gmail.com. Questions for me, questions for any guests. Yeah, it's question time, Rockdan. Hit me up. We're trying to get Rockdan on the show too. soon. You wish you knew about more fighting games and stuff like that? Listen to the show. You'll learn a lot about fighting games and stuff. Yeah, we're trying to get Rockdan on the show as soon as this bum ass decides to show up. We'll have Rockdan on soon. That's going to be very exciting. Goddamn, Newman, the PR person. Oh, Rockdan's mic works on Discord. Hey, breaking news. Rockdan's mic works on Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Rockdan on very soon. There you go. Newman's out here doing schedules right now, Rockdan. He's asking you the hard-hitting questions. When can you be on the show? This is... Newman's got Wednesday and Thursday open for the show. You gotta hit him up, Rockdan. Gotta let Newman know. Wednesday or Thursday next week.
Daddy, I wanted to see an executor.
You can see an executor as soon as I'm done with the show. Newman does run a tight ship. He's our new PR person. He's our new schedule maker. I gotta put it in Google Docs. Yeah, you only need a mic and Discord to appear on the show. Speaking of which, Lemmy Hawkins. Lemmy Hawkins needs to make an appearance on this show sometime in the future too. We have listeners in Germany, Lemmy Hawkins. So now we need correspondents from Germany. So I'd love to have Lemmy Hawkins on the show. Hopefully soon. Lemmy's been a big supporter of the show, and we can't thank him enough. If you guys see him on Twitter or anything like that, at Lemmy Hawkins, he runs an Xbox FGC Fighters group, an online fighters group for Samurai Showdown, for King of Fighters. He does a bunch of cool stuff. But you'll hear more about that when I have him on the show. But he does a bunch of great work. Rockdan can make Wednesday or Thursday work. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Rockdan on next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for some random. That's what we're going to have Rockdan on. Our local resident birdie player in Michigan. A very strong birdie player. 7's the normal start, but I can do whenever. 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 6 p.m., whatever works for you. Yeah, we'll work around it. We're very flexible. This is part where people listening that aren't, like, watching the show and listening on, like, Apple Podcasts and shit like that later are like, what the fuck? Why am I listening to this? He's just talking to people that aren't here. Yeah. Anything after 4 p.m. is okay. Yeah, this is just me talking to ghosts at this point. Oh, probably not supposed to go in the dishwasher, huh? Oh, it's a magnet?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Alright. Little one usually goes to bed at 7:30, so I think after that, perfect. Let's say 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock next Wednesday. Rockdan's going to be on. But yeah, Lemmy, Rockdan, I don't know if I told you guys. Yeah, this is, again, for the third, fourth, fifth time, this is the Ask Me Anything portion of Some Random, of the Sriracha Flash Some Random podcast. So, feel free to ask me anything. We'll answer openly and honestly. Truthfully. Respectfully. Not respectfully. Not if you heard my fucking Michael Vick joke a couple minutes ago. But yeah. So, yeah, 104 shows this year is the goal. Working on that right now. Hopefully we'll have 8 shows very soon. 104 episodes. 2 episodes a week at minimum. A live show sometime in the future. Video version of the show sometime in the future, I think. And... yeah, a live show. I got a question recently. Did I get any cool things around Christmas time? Abso-fucking-lutely I got cool things around Christmas time. I got some new fucking cowboy boots, some new vaquero boots that are steel toe. Oh, baby. I fucking love those boots. I've been rocking those things every day since my wife gave them to me for Christmas. I fucking love those boots. What else did I get? I got a knee brace. Knee brace working excellent. I got a neck massager. I have been wearing those boots all fucking week. Let Newman know. I'm a fucking new, like, the confidence that I had before, 100%. Now, with my fucking new boots, get out of the fucking way. Get out of the way. Ah, man. New boots made me a new man. Yeah, the boots are the gift that I was waiting for in the mail. Those are the ones that they turned up the day after we did the podcast. And yeah, those boots. Live panel in the Sriracha Mansion. I could probably do that, to be honest with you. I'd probably do that. I could probably do a live show up here. But I think about doing a live show at an event, like Combo Breaker or something like that. Just like man on the street style, like Billy on the street. Just fucking running up to players. Hey, what's going on? Running up to Daigo while he's having a smoke break outside the event hall. If I can catch Daigo and Dogura enjoying a cigarette outside of the event hall again, I will 100% pull a translator and be like, hey, 5-second interview, like right now. I'll ask Daigo what he's drinking, ask Dogura about what model he's going to pose with this weekend. 100%. I have fucking no qualms. At Michigan, I want to do something at Michigan Masters. It might be, Michigan Masters might be coming up too soon because it's March 27th through the 29th. I might do something there. We'll see. We'll see. I don't have any plans because of, money costs and shit like that, but we might do it there. Remind me if I forget, I have a Daigo story for my episode. Absolutely. I will take any and all Daigo stories, Rockdan. 100%. I think I'd have to release the video of me beating Don't End Up in an Ambulance Live. Shit, I'll have homies there to let you take care of me this time. People that don't know where my room is. Not that, Sarah and Brian did an excellent job taking care of me, but like, I got out of control and they turned their backs and I was gone. They couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, I'll take any and all Daigo episodes. I think it is time I released the video of me beating E-Design and making him take a drink with me. I think that video has to come to light now. I think people need to see it. I think it's been long enough. It's been like 8 months. I can post that video, right? It's fine. He's not going to get in any trouble now. It's from last CPT season. Fuck it. Be alright. Yeah. I think I can release the E-Design video now. It'd be very funny. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. I appreciate that you got my back, Keg. You much appreciated. Can I show it on here? Realistically, yes. If I can, alright. If I can live figure it out how to do it right now, I will put it on here. Alright? Yeah. We're doing this. We're doing this right now. Wait, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave a blank. Alright, so give me 5 seconds, right? So I can go. Okay. So now I know when I look at the recording, I'm going to erase like this part where I'm looking for it. Like this part that I'm looking for is only going to be on the live show and showing it, right? But I'll go back and cut this out. So, media source. Where did it go? Alright, Jose iPhone. Okay. Yeah, you guys get the director's cut. Yeah, I'm cutting this out of the actual episode, but I will find this video right now, and I'll show this video. I might have to like skip around to the end, right? Because you don't need to see the first part where he fucking. Okay, here it is. Okay, all right, hold on. Alright, so I'm the Abigail and
Let's go. Big button. Yeah,
so I'm the Abigail in the green and orange pants. Abigail rocking the sponsor.
How much is your boy heading his right here, baby? Alright, big button. Let's go.
Now at this point, I was pretty not okay.
Oh, okay.
Pretty not okay with the comment I yeah, Nestle Pure Life. That's what kept me alive, I think.
Oh, no.
Look at that. Missed my A here and died for it. What an asshole.
That's not going to make you play better. That's going to make you play worse. That's not how this works.
I gotta turn this down. Alright. I am player 2 in this scenario. I'm the green and orange pants. Itazan is the red monster. Yeah. Look at that confirm from Itazan. What a man. Alright, well, I lost another round. Alright, so there's Itazan. Alright, so Itazan beats me, points at the bottle, says, take a drink. I said, no problem. So I was, you know what? I was man enough. I took my L. I took my drink. Now, I wish that they would show the bottle right now. Yeah, he powered me up. He didn't know. So the bottle at this point is like, has like a quarter of the fifth left. There ain't nothing in there. That is, it's Wild Turkey American Honey. That's what we were drinking, like champions. Bah! Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know about the Mexican power up. Itazan didn't know. He made me take the drink. Look at that. And he lost a round because of it. We did the same thing. He started his first. Unoptimal jump-ins. Yeah, fucking, bro, tell me about it. I was in no circumstance to be punishing anything or doing anything. Listen, the reason I don't want to show this video is there's a moment at the end where I fuck up my stun combo so bad, and I almost lost because of it. Don't press shit against me, Itazan. Alright, right here. Alright, look at this. Look at me fuck this up. I didn't get my cancel off, but I beat Itazan. So now, point at the bottle. There you go, Itazan. Drink up. Yeah, I might as well take another pull too. And there you go. That's and that's the video. That's the video. I wonder if I'm gonna get in trouble by Twitch for showing a video of people drinking. I mean, it was me and Itazan. It's fine. Twitch don't care? Alright, perfect. So yeah, that's the video. Alright, hold on. I need to do like another 5 seconds. Alright, I'm good. Yeah, I don't know. What are the rules about drinking on Twitch? I don't fucking know. They only care if it appears that you're a risk to yourself. Well, I'm not a risk to myself now. That was in the past. I was a risk to Itazan's health, whooping that ass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the video of me beating Itazan and making him take a drink. Yeah. So I left another pause in there so I can cut this part out. Drinking on Twitch rules are hurry up and down it fast so they don't see. Perfect. My specialty. I'm gonna cut that part out of the actual podcast. That's why I left a little like bit of silence in there. So yeah, that's the video. That's the me beating Itazan video. It was good stuff. Good stuff. It was a good time. Itazan's a fucking one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. Was like I sat down and he was like a super big sweetheart. Like shook my hand, like I said, took the drink with me, talked with me after the game, shit like that. Like, dude's awesome. From what I remember, great fucking guy. All right, I think, is that it? Are we officially, like, canceling the show now? Not canceling the show. Are we done with the show now? Are y'all done with questions? Any more questions for me? If not, we're gonna clear the fuck out of here. But yeah, I think that's just about do it. So that's the show. That's the fun stuff. If you want to find me on the internet anywhere, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff, as Sriracha Flash. Whoops, I opened up a file. Oh shit, oh god, oh what did I do? Alright, there we go. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it right there. I thought No Good was streaming, but it turns out he is not. So we're gonna raid No Good. But he ain't here. And I can't raid a man that's not live. Sad day for all of us. I know everyone was looking forward to seeing him. Raid him anyway? Alright, we'll do that. Alright, we're going to raid No Good Citizen. Thank you all for hanging out. I will have an official schedule, shit like that out soon, but next week, Rockdan and Skullman. Ooh, that rhymes. Thoughts in Flight's going to start streaming, so we're going to support Thoughts in Flight. Everyone, fucking go follow Thoughts in Flight right now. Get the early jump. Go follow Thoughts in Flight on Twitch. Thoughts in Flight, exactly like it sounds. Go follow him on Twitch right now. Get the jump on him. Let's get this man to affiliate immediately. Day one streamer affiliate. Raid Thoughts in Flight. Thoughts in Flight's not streaming. So we're gonna raid No Good Citizen, even though he's not alive or not streaming. And thank y'all for listening to the show. And we will see you around in the future.